It's great to see you, man.
How you doing?
First of all, what have you been up to lately?
I've made the transition between sprinting athletics to bobsleigh. The reason why I did that because I was quite young when I retired from bobsleigh and I still had a lot of speed in my legs, and I thought to myself that I'd be a great contribution towards the team, and I'll be the first ever British Olympian to go to a Summer Olympics and then a Winter Olympics, and if I achieve a medal, it means I'll be the very first ever athlete to do that in the UK. So for me, it's all about targets and reaching full potentials. So that's one of the main reasons why I did it.
What was it like growing up in the West Midlands?
For me personally, it was hard. I come from a single parent background. My mum was very hard working. I remember growing up as a kid and watching her work 3 jobs, keeping a roof over our heads, putting food on the table, and still helping me achieve my goals. And for me, that motivated me to work hard, to stay focused, and to try and stay out of trouble and not to follow the crowd. Growing up in the West Midlands, going to school, you meet a lot of new people, make a lot of friends. And for me, it was always a case of not being a sheep, trying to be a shepherd and not following the crowd. And I think athletics kind of helped me find myself in an individual sport and achieve my individual goals.
So the real question is, how did you become an athlete? What was your motivation?
The truth? Alright, the truth is I got expelled from Stuart Bafford's. I was out of school for 6 months. No school would take me. My parents had enough. They wanted me to find a focus, to find something so I could focus on and take an interest on. And I went to George Salters, and I kind of found myself when I went there. Because when you're out of school for so long, you've got a lot of thinking time. And plus I was behind on my schoolwork as well, so I really needed to find the focus to catch up. So my dad took me down to my local athletic stadium, which is Birchfield Harriers, down in Perry Bar, and I met my first coach, who was Steve Platt. A great guy. He was like a father figure to me. He guided me in the right way. I didn't start sprinting straight away. He had me doing hurdles, long jump, high jump, until he found something that suited me, and sprinting was that thing. And it was just a case of staying focused. I only trained twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I made that conscious effort to make it. And my school played a big role in that as well, because we had my very first major school competition, which was English schools. And if you wasn't behaving in school, you wouldn't be able to compete in this competition. For me, I knuckled down and I got my education on point, and my school that allowed me to compete in this competition, and I ended up winning it and then representing my country, England, in my first international. And that kind of opened doors for me to later on compete for Great Britain. So yeah.
What would you say is your biggest achievement?
My biggest achievement would be the Olympic gold medal in 2004. It's something that I've always dreamt of. It's something that every athlete aims to achieve and aims to go to an Olympic Games. For me, at the age of 21, to go to an Olympics and be amongst great athletes, and to share my Olympic gold medal with the likes of Jason Gardner, Darren Campbell, Marlon Devonish. We're still very close to this very day. There's a lot of things going on in the background as well. So for me, it's kind of, that set me up for the rest of my life. So that day would be my greatest achievement. If I want to go back, my very first achievement would be my World Junior record. Because I went into the championships not as a favourite, but because I had such a strong mind and a strong character, I believed in myself, and I went out there and I beat the Jamaicans, the Americans, and ended up being one of the best juniors in the world. So for me, as a youngster, that was my very first big achievement.
What was the best advice you've ever received from a coach?
My best advice from a coach I've ever received is just keep enjoying it. Always work hard. Stay focused. I think they're the main 3 things that anybody can take on board and put into play. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, there's no point doing it. Because if you don't enjoy it, you're not going to progress to the next level. Always be honest with yourself. Always have an open mind. Always be good at taking critique. Because not everything you do is going to be good. there's always an area where you can improve on, but you have to have an open mind, and you have to be willing to make sacrifices to get the rewards and all that. So for me, it's just a case of always just trying to.
Alright, just for the kids out there, young men, young women out there that are trying to succeed and chase their goals. Me personally, I never had it all when I was growing up. You know, it was very hard for me to get to training, it was very hard for me to buy equipment, but I kept trying. You know, I always say try and be an individual, try not to follow the crowd. You know, if you try hard enough, you will succeed. You know, and never give up. You'll probably get 1,000 knockbacks before you get to the place where you need to get to. Always stay focused, always stay committed. Times will always get hard because life is not easy, as we know. I had a dream as a young kid, and that was to be an Olympic gold medalist. And that dream came true in 2004. I'm 34 years old right now, and I'm still chasing my goals, and I'm still chasing my dreams, and I still believe in the impossible. It never stops. So keep achieving, keep training hard, and always believe in yourselves. Never give up.